Hey guys, I'm Janet, on occasion. Today we're going to be going over the events of the Everchosen Halloween Invitational Tournament. If you haven't watched it yet, there are many spoilers coming over the horizon. Be sure to check out the Everchosen before you watch this video. You have been warned. Links for the tournament can be found in the description, or can be found on Total War Official on Twitch, or on YouTube on Total War's channel. I'll see you guys back here in about 10 hours. You watched it now? Good. Here comes a broadside of spoilers. The first day of the Everchosen Halloween Invitational opened with a long-time Total War veteran, Indie Pride of Milk and Cookies Total War, facing off against a tournament regular, Pippington. Indie Pride came out strong, despite the battle looking like an easy dwarf win. Indie's Mourngul Haunters refused to die against the dwarfen attacks, giving Indie the early lead.
Oh! it's like a horror movie,
Dude,
just this big ghoul.
Gorilla pounding on it too.
Of Milk and Cookies Total War.
Takes his very first battle into a win.
Yeah, glorious.
I'm proud of him.
I'm proud of the guy.
The second match saw Pippington use Luther Harkon to great effect, hunting down the Red Duke and seizing a victory of his own. It came down to the deciding match of Lizardman vs Beastman. Despite an early rout from the Beastman, Indy was able to rally and bring about Pippington's defeat, winning the first semi-final match 2-1. Next was our first Everchosen champion, the Gobbo King, facing a total newcomer to the Everchosen, Aerocrastic. The first match saw the mighty Queen Bess and 2 rotting Leviathans at the command of Silostra Diapha, getting slowly dragged down by the overwhelming dread spears of the Gobbo King's army.
Oh, and looks in the back. Check this out, guys. And the Ghost Knights come pouring through.
So sick!
The Gobbo King is grinding through that front line. Silostra falls.
Oh,
Looks like she disappears.
the mighty queen falls under her Leviathan.
An early lead for the first Everchosen, Aerocrastic retaliated with a tremendous display of Empire gunpowder, blasting Noctilus into the depths and keeping himself in the running.
That is huge!
Noctilus is getting
half
trash
health
cans.
already.
So Aerocrastic with a very creative Empire build, expecting Gobbo King
And
to bring
there he
Noctilus,
is.
and down he goes.
The final game saw Gobbo's Greenskins up against the Skaven of Aerocrastic in what is among one of the finest moments for the Skaven and a huge upset to the tournament. The first Everchosen knocked out in the first round. Nobody expected this result, but suddenly people were rooting for Aerocrastic to go the distance. Everchosen returnees Lawmaster of Sotek and Romulan Dog faced off next, with Lawmaster of Sotek taking the win 2-0 against the previous Everchosen runner-up in a masterclass of Vampire Coast and Lizardman gameplay.
And over here, of course, yeah, the one unbreakable unit, might as well get rid of that. And yeah, huge amount of damage. It's the Terror, you know, it's the Terror. And here you can see the Minotaurs with shields, just the standard ones, without that regeneration the Butchers of Kathengard have. They're really suffering. That's it. This is another upset.
The last matchup of the day was Shetland Apache versus Talaxtalan Soothsayer. Shetland began by trying to gain the high ground advantage, only to get flattened by boulders thrown by Talaxtalan Soothsayer's Cygors, followed by a rush of Beastman chariots.
Oh, that was a brutal boulder.
Oh, man, across two
A
units.
2-for-1. The old 2-for, baby.
Oh, the old 2-for.
All the Beastman chariots. Razor Gore chariots here. You have a Bray Shaman on a chariot as well.
The second match had Soothsayer in even greater control of his opponent, netting down the doom wheels of Shetland and having them ground down by an endless volley of High Elf arrows. A 2-0 win for the previous Everchosen champion.
Oh,
Look at that.
ruthless
Look at that.
High Elf play coming in. You know Soothsayer always has a
Look
plan.
at that. Look at that layer coming in.
Day 2 started with a bang with Aerocrastic versus Indie Pride. Aerocrastic once again seeming to know exactly what his opponent would be bringing and making sure he had all hands on deck to counter Indie Pride at every turn, resulting in a 2-0 victory. Aerocrastic would go on to the finals with Indie Pride in the running for the 3rd place spot.
And it looks like that's going to be a cleanup. I mean, the entire Imperial force here in the center is routing the Warriors of Chaos, as the end times had has
They have
indicated
predicted.
Here. Yeah, you can see the Witch Hunter here shattered due to army losses, and that is going to be game 1 for Aerocrastic. But look at him just absolutely destroys those Depth Guard. That was brutal.
That
So Mammoths are definitely doing what they should have been doing.
They're just crushing those poor helpless vampires.
As yet to lose a single game, Talaxtalan Soothsayer faced off against Lawmaster of Sotek. The first match resulting in Sotek hunting down Soothsayer's lord, Lokir Fellheart, while Luther Harkon's army crumbled beneath him, giving Sooth the early lead.
I might have gone in there to actually try and snipe out the caster. Oh, the breath attack coming in with the steel chair. Luther Harkon.
Shriek.
Oh, beautiful stuff, taking that guy out. It looks like Sotek is just barely going to lose that game.
The second match settling all the grudges as Soothsayer leads the dwarfs to decimate Sotek's vampire counts. Still undefeated, Soothsayer goes on to the finals once again.
Players, they don't mean anything to him.
Yeah, well, They're going to in about a second.
Yeah,
here
exactly.
when he gets decapitated. So the Blood Dragon hath fallen, and that's going to be it. Of course, no surprises here.
It was now Sotek's turn to face off against Indie Pride for 3rd place. After a grueling fight in the forests between Sotek's Lizardmen and the Dwarf Slayers of Indie Pride, the last lizard fell to the onslaught, giving Indie Pride the first victory.
It's just
orange mohawks.
It's just a sea of angry dwarves just charging through the forest.
On the Feral Stegodon, that's going to help them knock out the
Ooh, and the Slayer's coming in.
Swarmed by the orange crests.
The second battle saw artillery dueling over a valley, where Indie Pride's forces led by Count Noctilus was able to pulverize the Empire forces and quite literally crush Karl Franz. Indie Pride would be going home with the 3rd place prize.
Look at him. He's like, oh.
Nobody is on our side.
Oh, look at that point-blank shot. That is so awesome. Karl Franz needs to come back. He needs to understand that the scope of this battle. This is the 3rd place match for the Everchosen. Karl Franz needs to come back, but alas, he gets
has
literally
been embraced.
He got stomped.
This brought us to the grand finale, where Talaxtalan Soothsayer and Aerocrastic began a best-of-5 battle to see who was worthy of calling themselves the Everchosen. An early win from Aerocrastic, proving to everyone that he deserved to make it this far, and proving that faith, steel, and gunpowder is more than a match for the Vampire Counts.
Last minute heals that can go on, so man, that brings one scary unit out of the fight.
The Emperor, very angry about his performance
This
against the
does
Colossus.
not
He
have
is
his
back.
consent.
No, Manfred is having a rough time here.
The previous champion now on the ropes, showing the value of Cold One chariots against the pesky Skaven, and evening up the score.
Uh-oh, here comes
Look at that brave Warlock Engineer.
Yeah.
Look, he just gets right over.
With Soothsayer's momentum building, he's able to sink the Chaos Fleet, with Harkon taking down the original Everchosen, Archaon.
That fireball.
Harkon ripping another
just
fireball.
mission.
Yeah, straight up Matrix dodge right there coming in from Luther Harkon.
I think that's kind of all.
It's going to be he did well for himself, though. I'm quite proud of him.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Flaming Sword of Ruin as well.
There was definitely a moment, though, where I thought Aerocrastic was going to pull it off.
This next match could have been Aerocrastic's last, but thanks to the Eye of Morslaib and some great work from a couple of Gore Bulls, he's able to crush the Bretonnian advance and even up the score 2-2. With one match left of the tournament, the next Everchosen would be decided.
Knights that are doing a massive cleanup, but the boulder coming in with the steel boulder.
I didn't even see the Grail Knights. Potential full wrap-up.
Oh, the Warp Gaze.
Warp Gaze again.
Gosh.
Oh, man. And Koroks Man Rippers and 2 Doom Bulls. There's a lot of risk here.
Chaos versus the Tomb Kings. Kolek Suneater versus Cetra the Imperishable. Both armies looking strong, but Aerocrastic with some beautiful maneuvering, able to keep all his valuable units intact against the horrific onslaught of Dragon Ogres, only allowing his units to be caught out when it would give him the advantage.
Healing foe.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is so bad.
He's going to take a lot of hits. Oh!
Come on, Cetra, get out of there.
And then run into the Chaos Warriors.
No, but the Usopp, you're actually pinning him in a little bit, and he does snipe out the caster, but then the curse goes down. So Cetra has a curse that does AoE damage. It hits everything, so working as intended there. Yeah, the restore is up.
There it is.
But the enfeebling foe is also on the carrion. Just throw everything at the wall right now. This is it. The Everchosen prize money is on the line here.
Seriously. Just
my
an all in.
And the Necrotechs are piling in, and they're...
Oh, and there it is.
We're not seeing it, but the balance of power is going in the favor of Aerocrastic's Tomb Kings here. Soothsayer is looking like he's on the ropes. He does have his caster, but yeah, this is looking a little bit grim for the Warriors of Chaos.
Coming in to try and get some
That's game.
last-minute hits, and there it is.
Aerocrastics are Everchosen.
Aerocrastic is our new Everchosen
The Slayer
champion.
of Kings.
Woo!
Chaos forces in full retreat, Aerocrastic, our 3rd Everchosen champion, defeating both previous champions in a single tournament and reigning supreme. Congratulations to all our competitors, Indie Pride securing 3rd place and earning his cash prize, 2nd place going to Talaxtalan Soothsayer, and a huge and unexpected welcome to our new Everchosen champion, Aerocrastic.
See you soon, and remember, see you soon.
You wouldn't believe us. The tales we could tell. Though, truth be told, it started very poorly. I was one. But now we are many. We all agree on one thing. To sail the coast. Hunt down those lizard trinkets. And we will find them. One piece at a time. We will put ourselves back together. Fortune favors the infamous.
What? Oh!